welcome back to the channel. Today I have one of my favorite meals. It's red pea soup. It's called red pea soup, but we use red kidney beans. But in the Caribbean, we call some of us in the Caribbean we call beans peas. But this is red pea soup. A very staple in the Caribbean, very high in protein. So this is one of my favorite ones, especially this dish. It doesn't well. Typically, it has meat, but this version won't have any meat. So, for starter, similar to rice and beans, I'm using dry red kidney beans. And if any one of you guys have seen my rice and peas recipe with dry kidney beans, you want to soak these at minimum 2 hours. These have been soaked overnight, so that means it should cook within about half an hour. However, if you didn't put it in water overnight, then you're going to be all day. So step number one, you want to soak your dry kidney beans. I'm going to be using some cabbage, and we won't be having any meat with this, so I want to have some cabbage. I have 1 carrot, 2 sweet potatoes, and no worries, as usual, I'm going to have the actual measurements in the recipe in the description. So as I go by, don't worry about it. I'm going to be using, as usual, some coconut milk. Here I already pre-made my dumplings for my spinners. If you guys want a video of this, just let me know in the comments, but it's pretty straightforward. Typically it's just flour, some black pepper, and then you just knead it. With this version though, I wanted to add more protein, so this is just regular flour. If you can get some whole wheat flour, that's even better. So I have regular flour, some water, and to add more protein, I added 3 tablespoons of hemp seed. So yeah, that's a good option. But yeah, so we have some thyme. I might add some salt later, just to add some flavor. I'll see how it goes. But I have an onion. I have some crushed garlic here. If you don't have crushed garlic, you can go about 2 to 3 garlic cloves should get it done. I also have 1 tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning. That's why I might not add extra salt and see how it goes there, but the all-purpose seasoning should do the trick. And I also have half a teaspoon of black pepper. So yeah, I won't keep it too long. So let's get to it. So I already had 6 cups of water boiling. So I'm just gonna put my beans here. So I'm gonna let this cook. For about 25 minutes and then check on it. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna work on our cabbage, but in the meantime, I'm gonna put some thyme with our peas. So if you have the loose leaf, you can go about 1 tablespoon. Here I got so I have about 6 sprigs of thyme. So I'm gonna just drop down the pot here. It's going at medium heat, and then for 25 minutes, we're just gonna cook that. So as this boils, so I've already started our cabbage. So I'm just gonna mince. So it's a small cabbage. I went with just half of it because we don't want to overcrowd the peas. So because we're gonna have so much different veggies in it, so pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna chop this cabbage as fine as possible, and then so once the peas is ready, I'm gonna check on it, and then the next step is gonna be to add the cabbage with our seasoning, and then our sweet potato and our carrots. So yeah, our beans been cooking for about 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna check on it, and we can add the rest of our ingredients. So I'm just gonna throw it here. And you don't want it to be too overcooked, but you just want to be able to smush it again, because you're going to be cooking this for a while, but you just want the beans to be soft enough to add the other ingredients. So as you can see, as I got one, so I'm able to smush this. So this is like, it's cooked enough where we can go in with our cabbage. So like I said, so this is just basically half of a small cabbage. Put that in there, and also we want to add our seasoning. So I might add a bit more salt, but this is a combination of all-purpose seasoning, our onions, our garlic, and black pepper. So I'm gonna mix that in here as well. Stir it. And then we're gonna add our coconut milk. So I'm just gonna go 1 can of coconut milk. Coconut cream work as well, but yeah, if you can get your hands on some just regular coconut milk, pour that in there. And then we're gonna be adding our spinner. So you can see, so it's just basically the dough. I'm just gonna pinch a little bit, and don't worry, I already washed my hands. Pinch a few over here, and just gonna rub your hands together. So it's like right here, and then you're just gonna drop that in here. So we're just gonna add a few of these, and then we're gonna cook. We're gonna cook this on. We're gonna let this simmer on this low heat for about 30 minutes, and we're gonna check on it as we go. And you want to taste. So you want to taste it. Add salt as you like. So I'm gonna add a bit more salt to this, but I'm just adding the spinners, and then we're gonna let this cook. Hey guys, they're just checking on our sauce. It's been going for about 10 minutes since we've added our dumplings. So I'm just gonna go with half a teaspoon of salt. Again, that is optional based on your taste buds. Add that. And this place, we're gonna go with our sweet potatoes. I forgot to mention, so if you have some ripe plantains, that's a good option as well. So ripe plantains, you wanna add it when it's almost like 10 minutes to being done. But here, like here we're gonna be cooking it for another like 30 to 35 minutes. So we're 10 minutes in. So we've got our cabbage already going. So I'm gonna be adding our carrot and our sweet potatoes. Just gonna mix that here. So I'm just gonna zoom in so you guys can see. So, and the thing about it is too, like as it cools down, it's gonna thicken. So you want this to cook. You want it to simmer down, basically. So just gonna stir it up, and then you're gonna shut this down, and then cook it for another 25 minutes. Guys, yeah. So the soup is basically done. So it actually took about 40 minutes to make. So I have to put that back in. But as you can see, like it's all done. I'm gonna show a clip of it, but. So it's a standalone. So, but in the Caribbean, we love to eat this is some white rice. So I'm going with some white rice here. Like I said, so I'm going with some brown rice, high protein. I have my dumplings. Everything is cooked. But yeah, guys, just take it. Just try the recipe and let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time.